Very good noon to all of you. Hi everyone. Hi Divya, Sujit, Apurva. Hi Varun. Good noon. It's not raining today. The weather seems to be a little better. The other days it's not as hot. Uh, let's see how the day goes. So, hi, good noon, Harika. Hello, hello. Hi, Anita. Hello. Right. So, I welcome you to BYJU'S exam prep and I welcome you to this session, high frequency words. For which exams are we learning these high frequency words? See, in all your non-CAT exams such as NMAT, SNAP, IAFT, even ZAT, you do get vocabulary questions. These vocabulary questions usually have words that are used often in our lives. Okay, so that is why these are called high frequency words, as they're used frequently. Even for CAT, when you solve your RC passages, you come across a lot of such words because ultimately someone has written that article, and when we write, we express in a language that we use often. So for CAT RC passages also, they'll help you tremendously. Not just for CAT RC passages, even for CAT parajumbles, they're going to help you tremendously. So let's learn some high frequency words. Our aim today is that we'll not just learn the meaning of the word given in the question, but the meanings of all the words given in the options. This is going to be our approach. And I've tried to keep varied question types. So we have synonyms, antonyms, fill in the blanks, odd word out, etc. Right? So that you get acquainted to various question types also. Okay? Good noon, Harika, Vinees. Hi Amit. Hello Mohit. Hi Sujit. Hi Stroke. All right, all right. So let's begin. Right. I'm going to show you a synonym question right away. But before that, I have an important announcement to make. So one All India CAT mock just concluded. I am hoping that a lot of you took it. You actually sat for the test. Okay, see, a lot of times what we do is we register for the test, right? But then we fail to show up on the day when we have thought, okay, I'll take the mock on Sunday, but then we fail to show up. So one good way to remedy this is think that you have an appointment with someone, right? So let's say you decide that on Sunday at 10 a.m. or at 11 a.m. I am going to take a mock, right? So in order to avoid lethargy, procrastination, my suggestion is in your Google Calendar, fill it as, okay, show it as an appointment with someone, right? Such that your mind, just hack your mind that way to let it think of it as an actual appointment, such that it's not able to escape it, right? So that's a very good way to ensure that you attend your classes regularly, that you take your mocks regularly, that you practice regularly. Think of it as an appointment with someone, right? So for this also, register now, and after registering in your calendar, out of all these days, just decide on one day, write down appointment with self if that works for you, appointment with X, appointment with cat, okay, and then on that day sit and take the test, right? So a lot of students were asking me this, that they fail to show up when they think they'll practice tomorrow. They fail to show up on at that time. So this is one hack that you can try for your tests, for your practice. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Divyashri. Thank you, that means so much. Thank you, Mohit. Okay, so you know all the benefits of the All India Open Mock. I'm not going to explain these again, right? It's in your interest to take it, particularly now that we are in September end. Okay. Also, the last lab to NMAT is going on. The last session that I took was on parajumbles, as I told you. So in case you want to practice some questions on parajumbles, you can watch that session. And every single day we are taking new sessions at 3 p.m. every day, where we cover the important topics for NMAT. Right? So do attend this. Okay, so here's a synonym question right on your screens. So which of the following options is the synonym of the given words? Words, because some other questions are also going to be synonym questions. So ages. Yes. What do you say? Ages. What is the synonym? So we'll try to be as fast today as possible, because the faster we are, the more words we'll be able to cover. Right? Good, Varun. Yes, you are absolutely correct. So, sanguine, as you are saying, it's an old French. Basically, sometimes words have multiple origins, right? So sanguine is one such word that was used in Old French also, that was used in Latin also. Good, good. But what I meant to ask was, see, sanguinaire means blood. Yes, sanguine comes from sanguinaire, which means blood. But so how is it related to blood? Yes, can anybody tell me that? How is it related to blood? Okay. So C is what you are saying for this one. Okay. Let's address things one by one. So sanguine is related to blood because of this theory called four humor theory. Okay. Also, there is another story behind it. So basically, it was believed earlier that when you were in a good mood, when you were, feeling optimistic about life, when you were in a good mood, blood came in your cheeks. In the sense, your cheeks were red to show that you were in the pink of your health physically and mentally. So because that blood came in your cheeks appeared red. That is why sanguine is related to blood. Okay, this was then further popularized by this theory called the four humor theory. Back when we did not know how our emotions arose, some physicians of the time said that our emotions were a product of our bodily fluids, the fluids in our body. So it was believed that blood circulation, okay, so our body had these four humors according to them: black bile, yellow bile, blood, and phlegm. These four humors, or in a way fluids, so they were responsible for our moods. So when there was an excess of blood circulation, a person felt optimistic, and that was called sanguine. When there was an excess of black bile, a person felt sad, and that mood was called melancholic. When there was an excess of yellow bile, a person felt irritated, and that was called choleric. Okay, yellow bile is also called choler. And when there was an excess of this fluid phlegm, then a person felt very stolid, so to say, meaning not easily affected by emotions, unemotional, calm but unemotional. So that sort of a mood was called phlegmatic, right? So sanguine, melancholic, choleric, phlegmatic, these are the four moods according to the four humor theory, and this further strengthened the association of sanguine with blood. Alright, so this was the etymology behind the word. Now ages is influence, absolutely correct. Okay, absolutely correct. So I got a 48 in the recent mock. Somebody was asking me my score, right, in the All India mock. And the four bodily humors, yes, yes, yes. Then C versus D. C, a lot of you are saying, do these words repeat in the exam? See, the thing is that sometimes we have seen that, okay, a particular word that was asked was repeated. Sometimes what happens is that not that exact word, but its synonyms will get repeated or its antonyms will get repeated, right? They don't repeat the exact word as such. So that's why, let's say I learn this word ages. Okay, so under the ages of Mr. X, we are organizing this event today. So under the, in a way, under the protection, ages actually means protection. So influence is the closest fit here, right? And now that you've learned the usage. So now you know ages is the protection given by someone, the influence held by someone, the support, the backing. So now you know not just the word but also its synonyms: backing, support, protection. And some difficult words for that will be patronage, a patron, somebody who supports, right? So I hope that now you will be able to handle not just ages but also patronage. Okay. Now other words here are very simple, so they don't really help us a lot in terms of learning new words, but you'll see some more words later on which will be more difficult, right? This was the first question, so that's why this was simple. Captivity we understand. To hold someone captive is to confine them to a place, right? So ages, patronage both mean influence. And yes, let's have a look at avarice. Okay, avarice. What do you think? It's a noun. Avarice is a noun. So if you see, if some of you know the 7 cardinal sins, anybody who knows the 7 cardinal sins? So Bible says that there are these 7 cardinal sins that a person should not commit. One of them is greed. Absolutely correct. One of them is avarice. As stated in it, avarice. So avarice means greed. One should not be greedy. Some of the others are sloth, gluttony. These are the other sins, right? So what is sloth? Anybody? Sloth is alasya, right? Alas. When you are feeling slothful, that means you are feeling very lazy, right? Gluttony. Who is a glutton? Who is a glutton? Someone who lethargic, correct, lethargic. So lethargy is sloth. Envy is also there. Absolutely. Envy is also one of them. Correct. Gluttony is eating a lot, eating excessively. Okay, that is gluttony. Eating greedily and excessively. Okay, so these are some of the ones that I remember. Avarice, sloth, gluttony. There are 3 others, okay, apart from these. Now, these words are simple, but we learned sloth, we learned gluttony from here. Avarice is greed. Avaricious is the adjective. If I want to call someone greedy, I would call him or her avaricious. Okay, so from now on, don't use greedy, use avaricious. Right. Now, behemoth. Yes, it's a behemoth project that you've undertaken. So what kind of a project is it? So who originally was a behemoth? Voracious eater. Yes, absolutely. Somebody who's voracious in eating. Absolutely. Anger, lust, pride. Yes, there is a Hollywood movie, Seven. Yes, yes, yes. B, D, all right. B versus D. See, we have to give the synonym, not the antonym. So, insignificant would actually be an antonym because behemoth means, so you can remember the word, you can associate the word behemoth with them, right? They are huge, very big companies, right? All right. Buffering, okay, okay. Is it fine now? Must have been a temporary thing. Right. And mammoth is a synonym because mammoth again refers to a huge animal, right? In fact, mammoths were these large elephants that used to exist earlier. Okay. But then what happened? A lot of large animals were killed by human beings. Okay. A lot of large animals were killed by human beings. Uh, okay. All right. Fine. Okay. So, mammoths used to be these large elephants that existed earlier. Then when human beings came to be and when human beings wanted to encroach more and more land, a lot of large animals were killed by them because of the fact that human beings were afraid also that if they don't kill them, then the animals might kill them, right? So mammoth therefore is extinct now. Okay, mammoth is extinct. Again, now mammoth is used as a noun and also as an adjective to refer to something huge. Hope this is clear. So, yes, behemoth, mammoth, you'll not forget both now. Let's look at blandishment. Yes, blandishment, that is how it is pronounced. It is a noun. So, what do you think is the synonym here? Let's see who answers the fastest. The faster we are, the more words we learn. A, others says A, flattery. Okay. Aditya says B, blandishment. Opulence. What is opulence? So here a new word Then the option is opulence. First, let's learn the meaning of blandishment. If I tell you, you know what, you create such beautiful designs. Why don't you create some extra 100 designs for me? I'll see how I can pay you. So what did I just do? I flattered you, okay, by saying you create these awesome designs. Your designs are amazing. And why did I flatter you? Because I wanted to get something out of you. So these are blandishments, these small, these compliments that you pay, the praises that you shower, the flattery that you shower upon someone because you want to persuade them to do something for you. Okay, so these are blandishments. So flattery is the answer. To flatter someone, to persuade them to do something, that is a blandishment. Right? Opulence. Opulence. Those of you who have done word power. Yes, anybody who has done word power made easy. So it talks about wealthy, affluent, and opulent. Wealthy means rich. Yes, somebody who is rich. When I say affluent, so if I break this word, fluo means to flow. Add means towards. So add plus fluo combine to make affluent. This means that money is flowing towards you. Money is flowing towards you. So it is a better term than wealthy in case you want to highlight how rich someone is, right? So when we say that normal rich nahi hai, ultra rich hai. For that you can use affluent. Opulent is a higher degree, extremely rich. When we say this, no, this person is filthy rich, right? That is opulent. Opulent is a higher degree even than affluent, right? So wealthy, affluent, opulent. So opulence is extreme wealth, right? Luxurious, yes, luxury. Okay, learning new words every day and its meanings, but keeping in mind is difficult. Okay, so Vineet, I absolutely understand your problem, and no, you should learn new words. Somebody is suggesting this, no, that others see this. So a lot of words we pick indirectly through reading. That is one way to pick up words. But how many words will you pick up from reading every day? Let's say 5 new words you picked up. Okay, 10 new words you picked up. But for your entrance preparation, let's say for an NMAT, it already has a high frequency list that you should go through. Right? For your entrance prep, we need to learn some specific high frequency words. So learning is not bad, first of all. And I do understand that retention is a problem. So one immediate way to increase your retention is association. For instance, behemoth and mammoth, I have associated this image of these huge monsters and elephants in my head. So I don't forget the words. Blandishment, okay. So this happened with me that somebody praised me just so that I do more work for them. So I associate that event with blandishment. So one is association. It could be visual. It could be with a song, with a movie. Okay. For instance, for a behemoth, I have also associated for organizations, behemoth organizations. I have associated it with this FANG acronym that I gave you. So first is association. Second is that, see, yes, the human memory is not that awesome as we think. It's not as awesome as we think, right? So revision is important. So every week, so let's say you are learning 20 new words every day. Okay. You are focused for your SNAP and NMAT prep and you are learning 20 new words every day. Then over the weekend, revise the words that you've learned during the week. Revise the words. Revision is the key, trust me. Okay, so for instance, I did word power long back. If I hadn't picked it up after that, I would have forgotten all the words. But I picked it up again. I used those words again. I associated those words with some events. And that's how I remember those words. Right? So it's a combination of usage, association, and revision. That will work. Okay. But you'll have to buy the book. Actually, it's not available online. Okay. So you'll have to buy it. Alright. So opulence, blandishment, these are clear to you. Opulence is extreme wealth. Blandishment is flattery. And now we can move to our next question. Cadence. Yes. Cadence. Does it remind you of something? Cadence? Any J.K. Rowling World fans here? Yes. Who was cadence? Anyway, what is cadence? We have to give a synonym. Synonym. So, cadence is the rise and fall of sound as we talk. The rise and fall of, so for instance, the rise and fall in my voice as I speak. That is my cadence. Okay. So, criticism is not the answer. Cacophony. Caco. This comes from kakos. Kakos is a Greek root. It's a Greek root that means harsh or bad. So cacophony, phone means sound. So cacophony is a harsh noise. Harsh noise. Alright. Cacography. Cacography is bad handwriting. Cacography is bad handwriting. So harsh noise nahi hai cadence. Cadence is the rise and fall in the voice. Right. So our answer is intonation. Intonation also means the same. In case you've prepared for debates, declamations, extemporaries in your childhood, in your college days, okay, or if you're still in college then presently, then you must have noticed this, that if somebody is preparing you for these debates, the person will definitely talk about your cadence, your pitch, your tone, your intonation. So these are all qualities associated with your voice, right? And they come in very handy in public speaking. Because if I keep talking to you at the same pace without any variation in my voice, you'll get extremely bored, right? So using these tricks in a way, cadence, pitch, okay, raising your pitch, loosening your pitch, then tone, right? The tone in which I talk to you, right? Suddenly, if I become curious, you will also become curious. If I use a curious tone, you'll also become curious to learn what I'm trying to say, right? So public speakers use these very often. So cadence, intonation mean the same. Cacophony is harsh noise. Raucous is an adjective that again means, if I say raucous laughter, that is harsh laughter. It's used for harsh sound. Harsh sounding is raucous, right? Raucous laughter. So raucous and cacophonous are synonymous. Cadence and intonation are synonymous. So we've done quite a few synonym questions so far. Aegis, avarice, behemoth, and the synonym was mammoth, blandishment, and cadence, right? Let's come to another question type, which is odd word out. So one of these words does not fit with the others. You have to tell me which one it is. Let's see. I've got D. All right. From three of you. Adarsh. No, okay. From two of you. Akhil, Adarsh, Mohit, Varun, Aditya, Purva. Everyone says D. That's amazing actually. Okay. I did not expect all of you to know the meanings of all these three words, but great that you do. Maudlin. Excessively sentimental. Okay. Mawkish. Again, something that is sentimental to the point that it looks very pretentious, very false. Lachrymose. Lachrymose. Anybody from a science background who can give me an etymology of lachrymose? Yes. Anybody? What are lacrimal glands? Lacrimal glands are our tear glands. Okay, our tear glands, the scientific name for them is lacrimal glands. So, lachrymose is tearful. Again, tearful. So, maudlin, mawkish, lachrymose, they are synonymous. Pragmatic is very practical. Pragmatic is practical. Hence, D is the odd one out here. Right. So ultimately, odd word out questions also a lot of time when they just rely on vocabulary, they become synonym antonym questions also in a way, right? So let's have a look at this. Odd word out. What is the odd word out? Okay. C, B, D. All right. Others. Okay. Two B's, two C's. All right. C is what a lot of you are saying. Elixir. What is elixir? Yes. Elixir of life. Hmm. So it answers elixir also and elixir also. Both are correct. Both pronunciations are fine. So anybody who reads fantasy novels would have come across this word elixir, right? A magic potion. A magic potion. A magic potion that revives people, that cures people. That is an elixir, right? Which words are similar to this? Elixir, cure. Cure is similar. So probably neither of them is the odd one out. Ailment. If I ask someone, what ails you? What ails you? That means what is troubling you in terms of a physical disease, right? So ailment is a disease. And therefore, this is very unrelated to both of these. So this is the odd word out. So see, why am I showing you how to eliminate? Because let's say you do not know the meaning of panacea. Do not know the meaning of panacea. So, but if you know elixir and cure, elixir from your fantasy novels, if you know that these two are related, so they can't be the odd one out. Then ailment, in case you've heard it in some context and you know it is disease, this seems to be very unrelated, opposite. So probably this is the word out. Okay. Panacea means again a cure-all. A cure-all. Something that is a remedy for all. That is a panacea. Right? Can you use it in a sentence for me? Panacea? Yes. Let's use it because I said usage is also important. Just learning the words won't do. So, if I say, coming home to my mother after a hectic day is a panacea for me. Okay, coming home to my mother after a hectic day is a panacea for me, for all my troubles. So, it's a cure-all. It's something that's a remedy for everything. Yes, Ramban, yes. All right. So, B is our answer here. B is the odd word out. Coming to our next word. Yes, what do you say? Which is the odd word out here? A new word, interesting word for you, autochthonous. But you have to give me the answer first, then we'll discuss. Listening to music is a panacea for you. Good. Cooking food for my family is a panacea for me. Great, great. Good. Sending peacekeeping troops served as a panacea. Okay. The peacekeeping troops served as a panacea for both the nations. All right. All right, Gaurav. So Aditya says C. Varun also says C. Vaibhav says A. Harika also says C. Okay. So this one is slightly different. This question is slightly different in the sense that you do not have exact synonyms, but a group of related words, and one of them is highly unrelated, right? So two of you have got this correct, Vaibhav and others. The answer is A, exceptional. Why? Let's have a look. See this. Indigenous. If I say these plants are indigenous to Jammu and Kashmir, that means they are native to Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, indigenous means native. Endemic is often used for diseases, but it also means diseases confined to a particular area, diseases belonging to a particular area. So in a way, diseases native to a particular area. So often used for diseases. I'm writing this here. This can be used for plants, animals, other things, etc. Right? Now, autochthonous. So this again has a very interesting story behind it. Actually, Athenians, people who live in Athens. So Athenians used to believe this, that their ancestors were the original ancestors of Athens, meaning that they hadn't migrated there from anywhere. They had this notion, they had this belief that they originated from the very soil of Athens. This is the belief that they held. So auto means self. This onus here, it means earth. So originated from the earth. That was their belief, and that's why for an Athenian they used the term autochthon. तो कोई भी जो एथेनियन होता था उसको वो ऑटोक्थन बोलते थे, राइट. सो यहाँ से आया वर्ड ऑटोक्थनस. Autochthonous today means again native to a place and not a migrant. It is used for people. It is used for inhabitants. Okay, native and not migrants. So you see, very slight. I mean, they are more or less synonymous only, just that the usage varies. That's why I focused on this. That indigenous mostly used for plants and animals, endemic mostly used for diseases, autochthonous mostly used for inhabitants. Right? So this is a group. Exceptional is something that is unusual. It is unusual. It's outstanding. That is exceptional, and that's why A is our answer. Right? Hope this is clear. So see, our language is so versatile that for different contexts, we have different words. So I could use native in all these cases, but then I have specific words to talk about plants and animals, to talk about diseases, to talk about people. Right? Okay. Another odd word out here on your screens. After this, we have fill in the blanks, contextual vocabulary. Hi, Rowdy. Welcome back. So here's the registration link for the All India Open Mock in the chat box. You can just click on it and register. Once you register, you can take the test on any of the dates that I showed you. Okay, Nihar, Aditya, they say C. Varun says D or A. Alright. Adarsh says B. So I've got A, B, C, D for them. Okay. Gaurav also says B. Sony says B. Very good. All three of you are correct. Disappoint is the odd word out here. To regale someone is to entertain someone. You know, does this happen at your place also? That's when some special guests, so to say, are coming. Okay, some guests who don't come to your place very often. Your parents go all out to entertain them. You know, they'll have so much food. They'll prepare so much food, right? So this sort of entertaining is called to regale someone. To regale someone, to entertain someone, to amuse someone, to lavish food and drinks upon them, right? So that is to regale. And this means to entertain. Amuse means to entertain. So neither can be the odd word out. Between beguile and disappoint. When we beguile someone. So if I say the candidate beguiled the interviewer, that means he charmed the interviewer. She charmed the interviewer very successfully. So to beguile means to charm, to enchant, right? So even this is related in a way, okay? Because disappoint that becomes a negative word, whereas these become positive words. Amuse, entertain, charm, beguile. Positive words, related words, disappoint, negative word. That's why B is the answer, right? Okay. So Ayush, what were you paraphrasing in the ASCII passage? You mean that you were writing down the summaries of various paragraphs? So see, your job when attempting an RC passage is to read it in such a way that you understand the key ideas of various paragraphs, para 1, para 2, para 3, para 4. And when you attempt the question, your first job is to understand the question correctly. Understand the question correctly. Then, once you've done that, if it's an inference question based on a specific para, let's say, para 2, you go back to para 2, you reread it, you understand it, then you come back and you eliminate. Come back and eliminate. Don't form a notion as in don't start writing down something here itself. Ki acha ye answer hona chahiye. You've understood it. Now see which is the best option out of the lot. Because if after understanding it, we frame an answer already in our mind, that exact language may not be present in our options. And that's why we might mark the wrong option. Right? So don't frame an answer already in your mind. Just understand what it is saying and then come here and eliminate. So that you find what is best out of the lot. What is best out of what is given to you. Right? Right, that is there. Rowdy, I understand this, that when we attempt an RC passage, we sometimes, this is a beginner's problem, that we are very unsure. ये होगा नहीं होगा, right? ये हमें समझ आ रहा है नहीं समझ में आ रहा. So I get that. Those are beginners' problems. But see, ultimately, I have to do it. There is no other choice, right? In CAT particularly, there is no alternative to it. So one thing is that you go with an attitude that you have to solve it. Second is have some faith in yourself. Okay, so if out of 4 you are currently getting 2 correct, don't be disheartened. Look at this fact that you are getting 2 correct. That means yes, you can improve to take it to a 3. Right? So have that faith in yourself. Don't constantly keep doubting yourself. Don't keep confirming, reconfirming the answers. That's one of the causes why students get a lot of answers wrong. Because initially their hunch is right, but then they overthink it. So don't do that. Right? So crux of the whole paragraph, Ayush, you don't have to, let's say, write it down anywhere. Right? This is actually when we tell students that, okay, write it down somewhere. So it's an initial crutch that we give them. It's not that you have to stop after reading the passage specially and you have to write it somewhere, or you have to stop and you have to frame a 50-word answer for it in your head. That's not required. What is required is that as you read the paragraphs, you keep assimilating in your mind, you keep assimilating the key ideas. अच्छा ये वाली मेन बात कह रहा है, आपको खुद से पैराफ्रेज भी करने की जरूरत नहीं है as such. You can just focus on the important sentences. Focus on the important sentences. Those are the important key ideas. Right? So try to stick to the passage as much as you can. It's let's say you feel that paraphrasing is not working for you, just focus on the important sentences. Keep the important sentences in your mind. That's it. राइट अपने आप से हमें बहुत कुछ कंक्लूड नहीं करना है पैसेज में. द एग्जामिनर डज नॉट वांट इट. द एग्जामिनर वांट्स अस टू स्टिक टू द ऑथर्स व्यू पॉइंट एंड नॉट फॉर्म आवर ओन व्यू पॉइंट्स. राइट? Okay. Now, yes, Ayush, I'm going to write it. In fact, all of us are going to write it. And I hope you've been enjoying the session. If yes, then please go and press the like button, all of you. CAT and ZAT, should I focus on SNAP and NMAT? See, others, if you feel this way, then definitely SNAP and NMAT should be your primary focus. I would say that do take CAT in addition. Okay, do take CAT in addition because it's always nice to have a fallback option, right? So if you feel that NMAT is the primary exam that you should be preparing for based on the fact that you do well in them, then yes, do focus primarily on NMAT and SNAP, but do take CAT also as a backup. That would be my suggestion. That it's up to you, right? So Mohit, yes, I also, over time I have also realized this, that it is quite possible that in a question, no option is perfect. No option is ideal option. So now I no longer search for ideal options. Now I just eliminate and see which is the best fit. इनमें से जो दिया हुआ है उसमें से कौन सा सही है. This is my approach. So good if this has helped you. See, common confusables. Such similar words. Yes. What do you think comes here? Most political leaders expect dash loyalty from the party members and supporters. Yes, let's attempt a couple of fill in the blanks. These are, we are trying to hit two birds with one stone, common confusables as well as fill in the blanks. Let's see what you say. Reading builds a lot of confidence. Reading complex material, it prepares me to handle unfamiliar genres as well. Because when I read complex material, I might not end up reading every genre, but it gives me that confidence that now I can handle anything that comes my way. Good, Rowdy. So what do you say? C, okay. Good. Others, do we agree with Sony? She's answered the fastest. Fill in the blanks with the appropriate words, okay? And you want to have a meaningful sentence. So this is a very NMAT style question. So objugate, the R is on the silent side here. To objugate someone is to scold someone, to rebuke someone, to reprimand someone, to chide someone, right? And it's a very rare word. This is not a high frequency word. That's why you may not have seen it also anywhere. But scold, reprimand, rebuke, chide, these you must have heard. Okay. So most political leaders expect objugate loyalty. Does not make sense at all. What are obsequies? This is a noun. Actually, I need an adjective here, no? A particular kind of loyalty. Obsequies. Someone's last rites. Someone's last rites. They are called obsequies. So even D does not fit. Okay, what else have you said? Let me check. D, okay. Obstreperous. The obstreperous protests in the parliament. Okay, I associate obstreperous with the parliament session because it is so noisy and so, people express such noisy protest there. So very chaotic, noisy, very vociferous. That is obstreperous. Okay, so obstreperous protests, obstreperous chants. Let's say if somebody is chanting something related to protest only, right? I don't want to give a particular chant, but yes. So obstreperous means noisy, harsh, difficult to control. That is the meaning. Okay. Obsequious is what fits here. Obsequious. When you are obsequious towards someone, you are basically being sycophantic towards them. You are being extremely servile to them because probably you want to get something out of them. That is obsequious. So obsequious is a negative word, right? And obsequious loyalty is chamchagiri wali loyalty, sycophantic loyalty. Okay? Yes, pandemonium, ruckus, vociferous protests, absolutely, absolutely. Okay. So I hope this is clear. C is the answer. Now, let's have a look at this. These are not closely related in terms of pronunciation. My uncle's popularity was largely due to the fact that he was a superb dash with a very wide range of humorous stories. So what kind of a person was he? Who was he? Let's see what you say. Cartoonist, okay. He was a superb cartoonist with a very wide range of humorous stories. He was a good storyteller, wasn't he? So what should be the word for that? Storyteller. Yes. Let's see, let's see. I want more responses. Come on. The second last question. Okay, one more to go after this. So I want more responses from your end. Come on. Okay, okay. What else? All right. A, B, D. Basically, apart from C, I have got everything here. Okay. So, largely due to the fact that he was a superb raconteur. Yes. Who is a raconteur? A raconteur is a good storyteller. Okay. A very captivating storyteller. A mesmerizing storyteller. Right. So, similarly for giving speeches, a person who is good at giving speeches, we say he is a great orator. He is a great orator. Raconteur, a great storyteller. Cartoonist, no. Jester, again, a clown. Jester is a clown. So, jester, no. Who is a concierge? Yes. Is it related? Concierge, is it related to this sentence? Yes. Or does it mean something else? Not at all related. So basically, I've seen concierge services, right? I've seen it outside hotels. A person would assist you, right? A person basically takes care of the hotel. When you enter the hotel, this person will take care of your luggage. Okay, will arrange for someone to pick it up. Will arrange for your car also to be parked. So basically, a caretaker of sorts of the hotel is called a concierge, right? Concierge services, you must have heard. So this is not at all related. Okay. So C has been given just for the sake of it. You are right. Just to make one option. So B is the answer here. Okay. Let's have a look at this one. Yes. The last question for the day. I want a lot of responses from your end. Let's see what you say. All right. Mention about city as well. Okay. Yes, yes. If you ask him about it, definitely. A. All right. The movie shows exaggerated accounts of real life encounters between the Dash youths and the police during the student protests. So, Dash youths, who is a renegade? Are you sure that A should be the answer? Isn't it a little extreme for protesting youths? Renegade is someone who abandons a cause and goes to the opposite side. Traitor को renegade बोलते हैं. So can I call the youths renegade just because they are protesting? So renegade is not the answer. What else? What else? Craven. Sorry. Craven. What is the meaning of craven? Is it associated with raven in any way? Okay, I've got some C's here. Recalcitrant is the answer. Recalcitrant. Recalcitrant means rebellious. Somebody who's stubborn and rebellious is recalcitrant. So, of course, it's the youth who is protesting. So, protesting hai, so definitely rebellious, recalcitrant hai. Right? Timorous, on the other hand, is somebody who's very nervous. Okay, shows lack of confidence. A person who's diffident. That is timorous. So, of course, if the youth is protesting, they are unlikely to be timorous. Okay. What is craven and is this associated with raven in any way? It is not at all associated with raven. Raven is a word, and our craven again means someone who's very cowardly. Okay, someone who's very timid, cowardly. Timorous can be associated with craven. So renegade is a little too extreme because the youth is protesting. Yes, I can call them recalcitrant. Right? Yes, renegade forsakes his or her beliefs, abandons a particular set of principles, cause, and then goes to the opposite camp usually. Right? That's why this person is called a traitor. So I hope we learned quite a few new words today. Okay, renegade, recalcitrant, craven, then the last one timorous. This was just from this last question. So in a similar manner, I hope you picked up new words. Your job now is to revise them. Okay, so over the weekend, revise these words, incorporate them in your usage. So for instance, from now on, say this person is avaricious instead of saying this person is greedy. If someone is eating a lot in front of you, just tell them to not be a glutton, right? But please don't say it to your elders, right? They might get offended. So yes, start using these words. Okay, and I will see you with another set of vocabulary words today at 3 p.m. itself. These are very NMAT specific words that we have picked up. Okay, so I'll see you if you want to cement your vocabulary even more. So I'll see you in this vocabulary revision session at 3 p.m. today. Okay? Yes, so your fitness trainer, your fitness coach might call this tendency of yours pretty craven, right? They might say that you are such uh, your appetite, you are a slave to your appetite, right? Your what should I how should I put it? Your this behavior on your part was very craven. Yes, that is how he or she can put it, right? Nmat and Snap, but not getting questions right. Anish, yes. See, because Nmat you can schedule for yourself, no, according to your schedule. Plus in Snap also we do have a sufficient amount of time. It's in December, so you can do it now. Don't worry about it, right? The best source for verbal for Nmat it is Nmat official guide. For CAT, the previous year papers. For ZAT, again previous year papers. So previous year papers are a very good source for a lot of exams, right? And for Nmat, the previous year papers are available in the official guide. Okay. All right. Yes, slave to your taste buds. Correct, correct, correct. Absolutely. So this is our CAT 23 program. You can enroll in it now. These are all the features that are available to you, right? And this is how you can stay connected. You can follow us on social media and you can join our Telegram group. I will see you at 3 p.m. again today. Okay? Till then, for Snap, actually, we do have memory-based papers floating online, so you can have a look at them. Okay. However, in the recent 2 years, Snap has not been asking RC passages for the last 2 years. It's mainly focused on vocab and grammar. So see the kind of questions that have come, and then you need to prepare intensively for vocab and grammar for Snap. Okay, because that is what is asked in out of 15 questions, 7 from here, 7 from here, probably 1 or 2 parajumbles. That has been the trend in the last 2 years. Okay. All right. Welcome, welcome. Bye bye. See you at 3. Bye.